Hi, welcome back to Nub Tools. This is the fourth video of me building my welding table. And in this video, it's going to be all about organization. I'm going to build some racks on both sides of the welding table to hold the hold down hardware, the locating pins, and these clamps. I'm also going to add an additional undermounted drawer here that will match these cabinets that I did in the last video. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And then I think in the inside of the drawers, I'm going to put some Kaizen foam to kind of create a foundation for a future organization of the tools that I buy as I go along or make. So let's get to it. All right, now that I got this awesome undermounted desk drawer finished, the next part of the organizational system of this welding table is to build some racks on both sides of the table. And on this side, I'm going to have 2 racks, and it's going to hold 2 of these up on top, and then 8 of these table clamps all in a row here. And I'm going to use some 2" by 3/4 inch aluminum 6061. Number one, I just thought it'd be cool to make it beefy with aluminum, and it's going to span this width here, and I want to make sure it stays nice and straight and doesn't flex at all, which I don't think it will even with a thinner material, but I think it's just going to kind of go with the theme of the table of being super heavy duty. So I'm going to machine holes in these for the bottoms of the clamps, and then make a few little brackets that will weld to the inside of the table, and then they'll get recessed. That way it looks nice and smooth from the bottom. This one will get mounted directly. It'll bolt directly to this cross member here. The one up here will sit on top of these brackets. And then the other side will get, I believe, 4 or 5 of these, which is going to hold all of the different little stops and, you know, clamping hardware and that sort of thing. So let's head over to the mill, make these little brackets, machine these out, and we'll put it together. Let's do it. Got the racks put in, and right now they're just tacked in place. I need to remake one of these. I got the whole pattern a little bit wonky. I made a mistake, but that didn't affect me using it to go ahead and get the tabs tacked in. But I think I'll end up repurposing this for one of the drawers. And so I'm waiting on some material to finish these up, because I still need to, of course, router all the edges, radius these holes, and clean them up real nice so that they're finished. And then I also didn't leave any relief at all for the weld on the inside of this pocket on the bottom here, so I'm going to have to put them back in the machine, machine a couple little chamfers, get them fitted up. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting on material, I'm going to address the next thing that I need to do for this table, and that's for a grounding stem. Right now, I'm limited to either clamping this to my workpiece or clamping to the top of the table, which of course is problematic because, you know, I've got something on the top of my table and there's no other really great place to clamp. So what I want to do is right here on the bottom of this, on the back left corner of my table, is I want to put a stem, maybe a 2-inch stem going out this direction, and then another one on the back side going this direction. That way I can take my clamp and clamp onto it right here. Or if I need to, if it's just more convenient to grab it from the back. And this is something I may just leave always connected. And that way when I roll my table out from underneath my workbench, the ground clamp is already in place, easy to remove. And I think I'm going to use this stainless steel rod here. And the reason I want to use stainless steel is because when this whole project is finished, of course, I'm going to paint everything. But I want the rod to be unpainted. That way it grounds really good. So this way it won't ever rust. It'll always look shiny, and of course, it'll weld good to this steel. So I'm going to do that on the lathe. I think I'm just going to maybe neck it down just a little bit with a little bit of a stop on the end. That way the clamp doesn't slide off as easily to the side like that. But it really won't need much. Time to get the drawers organized, and I want every drawer to have this Kaizen foam. And so a lot of the clamps that don't fit on the side of the table, or miscellaneous little tools or fixture components, I want a designated place for each thing. That way when I open the drawer, nothing is disorganized, everything has its place, because I don't want any of this going on. And so I'll make little locations for each one of these clamps, for my, different sort of blocks and angles, squares, magnets, that sort of thing. So what I need to find is a good way to cut this foam and make them actually fit really nice and tight, and make sure that the cut is clean. I'm going to attempt to do this on my table saw. Fingers crossed that it works. If not, I may just have to lay it out and use a straight edge and try to cut each one. On this one, I want to make a place for a legal pad for notes or some sort of notepad, pens, pencils, layout tools, maybe a place to hold my electrodes for my welder and some other like collets and stuff like that for the TIG torch. So I haven't quite decided how I want all of this to be laid out, but this is the stuff that I'm going to access quite a bit while I'm sitting here in front of it, welding or laying something out. So it should be pretty fun.